Well, look, we have a segment on the show where we like to dive deeper into a topic. It is called The Deep Dive. And today's topic, related to education and opportunity, was inspired by something said on our show earlier this week. King 5's Chris Daniels dropped by our studio to talk about the Seattle City Council voting to repeal that head tax. And he talked about the two potential factors that went into the council's decision to change its mind on this issue. One of them was the petition that appeared to be on track to give voters the power to overturn the head tax. The other had to do with one of Mayor Durkin's first big proposals as mayor.
What I think you saw happen is the council realized that they were in danger of losing two battles here in the fall on the head tax and on the education levy, that those issues would have been conflated and voters would have come out in a big anti-tax stance and voted both of those down.
You can see that happening, right? Well, this education levy would ask people who already experienced a recent increase in property taxes from the state to pay more to fund education-related projects. Jenny Durkin's proposal is called the Families, Education, and Preschool Promise. It's important to note it is actually replacing two levies that are expiring, but this one is going to cost more because it's aiming to do more. Now, first, it would nearly double the number of children in preschool from 1,700 to 2,500. It would increase K-12 funding by 30% to address things like college prep, physical and mental health, and support for students experiencing homelessness. Apparently, the student homeless population, by the way, has tripled since 2010. And number three, it would expand on the Seattle Promise, the 2 years of tuition assistance at several community college for Seattle public school students. Now, when the mayor announced this program in mid-April, she called it a defining moment for the city. She said renewing this tax and devoting more money would be one of the greatest investments that Seattle could make.
We are taking an incredible step today to really close the opportunity gap that exists in our city. Too many kids and too many families and too many neighborhoods really have been left behind. And we know that the key to that for the future is our schools. That is really what's going to make Seattle more affordable in the long run, is if our children have those opportunities to get the good paying jobs, have the best employment, and can return and stay in their communities and neighborhoods and build a better Seattle.
It sounds great, right? Well, here's how much it will cost if approved in November. Property taxes on a median home value of $665,000 would go up by $249 per year, about $20 a month. Now, if you're feeling priced out of the city, it's understandable that you would bristle at the thought of paying even more for anything. Now, I can't speak to the wisdom of taxing sodas and waterfront views or doubling our car tab fees, but I can tell you that we know investing in education pays off. The unemployment rate is highest for those without a high school diploma. And guess what? Kids who go to preschool are 4 times more likely to graduate from high school. So why is preschool just should be a no-brainer, right, if you want to save money in the long run? And while you don't have to go to college to have a good income, we know that. Statistically, just getting an associate's will get you 30% more than a high school diploma. A bachelor's will earn you 56% more in salary. The premise in all this is that your background, race, or income should not predict educational opportunities and your future income. And unfortunately, right now, statistically, that's what's happening. And it's what this proposal is aiming to address. You can text the keyword education to 206-448-4545 so you can read the entire proposal by the mayor. And I should point out, for the first time with this levy, veterans, people with disabilities, and low-income seniors will be exempt. And that was a big one, because you hear stories from seniors that are like, hey, I've been living here for 30 years and the property taxes are going up. So that was a big move. It shows that someone was listening when they at least put this proposal out.
So my question is, when they take the property taxes to put it towards the school, is it whichever neighborhood you're in, it goes to that school directly? You
know, what hasn't been unveiled, and I read this entire proposal, you know, it is specific to a point, but it's not getting into the details of which school. I would imagine that it would be equitable for all, since that's what this is about, is closing the opportunity gap.
Okay.
But maybe, you know, I always like to go deeper, so I'm happy to.
No, that was deep, man. I mean, that's, it's, juicy. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.